Amazing Mario Brothers B, what's your opinion of Jalen Milroe? I think he's going to be a future tight end in the sport / gadget guy. I just don't think that he's a natural enough quarterback. It's like you asked a receiver because he had arm strength and because he could run around, or you asked a running back because he had those things to become a quarterback. But when it comes to just naturally playing the position and just having a feel for playing the position, you're just watching Milroe, and I go to this quote often a little bit with it, but he's just, to me in this draft of any of the quarterbacks, he's the one that stands out to me of this Holmgren quote as much as any quarterback in this class. And Mike Holmgren would often go to Matt Hasselbeck and he'd say, Matt, you're playing the quarterback position. You're here to be an artist. You're not here to be a blacksmith. You're not hammering away at metal. You know, you're not a robot out there. There's got to be a bit of artistry to what you do a little bit. And there is none of that in Milroe's game. And he can have even simple, easy things he makes look really hard. And sometimes he can make the hard things look really easy, but there's just no real consistency to his game. And he's got a long way to go to realize whatever potential he might realize there for the position. But I'm more driven to feel like he's probably not going to realize that he's going to probably make a Taysom Hill kind of transition when it's all said and done. Maybe he proves me wrong on that, but I just, even now, after watching the Senior Bowl stuff, there was like one throw he made was like a 3-yard in cutting route that should have been the easiest throw in the book for him to make, and he dirted it with no pressure. Just threw it right at the guy's feet. Oh, this is exactly what I get with them on tape too. Like you got to be able to hit a 4-yard pass. I got to be able to hit a 4-yard pass that's wide open. You've got to hit that throw. I can't wonder about that with you. And I kind of do with Milroe. Uses Milroe is better than the AR-15. That might not be saying much, but there's a lot of upside. But in general, don't like the quarterbacks that can't throw. I think you touched on it the heart of it. It drives me a bit nuts on him, right? It's like, you just don't, I'll give you ground up on that one. I'll even give you that. It's just, at the end of the day, it's like, man, I just don't trust a guy that it looks like you're fighting yourself. You know, like you have a receiver where it's like he's fighting himself to catch the ball. He's fighting his hands to catch the ball. I feel like when it comes to a guy like Milroe, when he's throwing the ball, it's like he's fighting his arm when he's throwing it. Like there's an argument going on inside of his body. It's almost how you feel. Versus those quarterbacks where it's just smooth and easy and it just comes out like butter. But I just don't like him as a quarterback, man. I just don't think he's got the goods there. I don't think he's a natural thrower. I don't think he's going to come a lot more further in his development. I think in some of his throwing motion is just always going to kind of hold him back from an accuracy standpoint. And not a big fan of how his decision making on top of it. So I do think he's got to swap positions. I don't know if he's willing to do that. Some of these quarterbacks can be kind of stubborn about this stuff, but definitely wouldn't do it round 3. It's more round 4, round 5. You can talk me into round 4. I'm willing to take that risk into day 3, but I don't like taking those risks into day 1 and 2, Randall. That's the place where you need to be more value. You need to be more into it. You know what you're getting, because there's too many guys there in that place that are good enough to that can be the reality of it. Of the guy you're picking, you're knowing what you're getting. You're understanding it. It ain't a risk of, well, now I got to change him to this position. Do that into day 3 if you're going to do it.